Yo people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live. I can't shout too much because I'm in a hotel and I don't want to get kicked out and be homeless for the night. But we are with the brothers in the building. We're here with Ron and we're here with Shells. Big up to you, Ron. Hope you're well, Ron.
Same to you, bro.
Yeah, big up, man. Obviously, we've got Shells in the building, regular on the channel now. You get me? I love his opinions. Big up to Shells, man.
Yeah, big up Saeed, man. Big up Ron. Big up Saeed as always for having me. My man's in my ends, London. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I hope for a better result, but we move, man.
Yeah. Big up to the Chelsea fans as well for taking it easy on me on the train. I can't lie, man. They actually felt sorry for me. Is that bad for us guys? Is that a damning indictment of where we're at? They felt sorry for me.
They didn't want to give you no banner.
Nah, they just was like, you know what? Just beat Tottenham. Just beat Tottenham. You're not playing all right today. Just beat Tottenham. It's
dark,
peak,
man.
bro.
Dark side, man. It's dark.
Dark,
man.
Dark, man. Big up to Elite Pundit as well. You get me? Big up my guy. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. You guys can hear me? Everything good?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, man. Big up to you lot. Obviously, we all expected a loss. I don't think anybody expected a win. But this is a Hojlund cooking show, man. Obviously, we'll speak on Amorim as well. But a lot of it is going to be Hojlund cooking. But Ron, I know you didn't watch the game, you was in work, but it's kind of one of them games where you don't really need to watch to realise what's going on. But yeah, 18 losses, Ron. How does it feel? Like, what's your initial reactions to the loss?
Like I said, I'm not surprised, innit? Before the game, I actually predicted Chelsea 1-0. Like you said, I didn't watch the game, but I can probably tell you 80% of what happened just because we've seen it 20, 30 times already this season. Hojlund just doing Hojlund things, Onana doing Onana things, Lindelof getting caught under the ball, Ugarte coming on getting a yellow card, bad football, no goals, no threat. I'm worried for Wednesday, man. I've been worried for Wednesday since obviously we made it, man. And everyone was saying, oh, but it's Spurs and we got, we're good in finals and all this and all that. But I'm telling you, man, come Wednesday, everyone's gonna feel it, bro. And I'm worried, bro. I'm worried. I'm actually worried. Like, it's crazy to say that I'm worried about playing Spurs, but it's dark, bro. It's dark. I don't know. Like, I don't know in the short term and in the long term. I don't know where we go from here. Like, with this regime, with this manager, I don't know, man. It's with these players. It's so many reasons why we are where we are. But I don't know, bro. there's always it's just more questions than answers every week. There's never
Every
we're
week.
never any closer to getting an idea of where we're going or what we're trying to do. It's just more questions, more questions, more questions, and it's just I'm not seeing any answers. I'm not seeing any solutions like from any of the games that I watch. Obviously, aside from today, I didn't watch, but whenever I watch, I'm just left scratching my head, bro. As I'm sure the rest of you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're right, man. I mean, Shell's, man, strong team today. You know what I mean? We can't complain about not having a strong team. I could see why he put a strong team up, because we do need to have a little bit of momentum going into. It's a risk, it's a gamble, but I could see why he went strong. I don't think we played that bad, but it wasn't great as well. A few notable players let us down. I am worried about at the back. I can't lie. Without Dillit and Euro, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't think we can trust Maguire and Lindelof at the back. I think Mazarawi as well. He's better comfortable at right side of centre back. You know what I mean? He gets dragged out wide. But Shells, man, the momentum of losses. Yeah, Jay Ball saying here, the momentum of losses. How bad is that? Yeah, it's not momentum of wins. The momentum of losses. Shells.
Yeah, no, you know his side as well. Like, so, like you said, we had to play a strong team, in my opinion, just because you need some reps in it before you play a game. You can't just play like go 2 weeks without playing football and then just expect to turn up for a final. So I get the strong team, but do you know what? Like, I've got to a point where I wasn't even mad today. I was watching the game, and like you said, it wasn't too bad, but it's just the final third quality for me. And the most frustrating thing for me is we're going to talk about Hojlund, innit? But it's like, why are you playing 90 minutes? This is my issue. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, cool, we're playing Hojlund, we don't have another striker, but it's like as a manager, it's on you to find another solution. Do you know what I'm saying? So, for example, Arsenal don't want to play Moreno up front, albeit injuries, whatever has happened. They've had to slap him as a striker. Within our squad, we have players. Even we've seen Bruno in with Ten Hag when he's played false nine. Like, why are we so persistent on playing this number 9, Hojlund, who doesn't even give us a focal point? Because that's what you want at least. That's the very least we're asking for, right? Doesn't even give us that. So it's like, now I have to go back to the manager. Do you get what I'm saying? Because you're the one, he's the guy that's playing him every single minute, bro. And it gets to a point where it's like, we play Hojlund in the final. Like, I keep saying this, Europa dopamine is going off. We keep playing these Prem sides, yeah, and it just looks like the same shit. We can't score a goal against a Prem team, guys.
Yeah.
Tottenham are going to bring back Romero and Van der Ven. And under these, man, like Romero and Van der Ven are very good as a partnership. I can't say what they've done across this season, but as a partnership, when Spurs have got their settled back four, they're not as bad as we think they are. And like you said, we don't have, if we have Dillit, we don't have Dillit and Euro, sorry. It's looking long, man, because I can't trust Maguire, I can't trust Lindelof, and I don't like Mazzari at the right wing back. I've been saying this all season. He's not as good as we think he is as a right wing back. Right back, right central back, you're good. But yeah, it's dark, guys. It's dark, man, honestly.
Yeah, it's dark, man. It's dark. I mean, Brian, how are you feeling? Obviously, we kind of knew we expected to lose. That's not maybe the issue, but, you know, momentum-wise, the team, do you see a cohesion? Do you see a plan? Do you see ideas? You know what? Yeah, how are you feeling right now?
There's a few ideas that we've seen, like when, you know, Dogo goes in, he comes in and, you know, he's able to play that ball back. They cuts the ball back for someone to have a shot. Mason Mount missed his today. So we've seen that kind of repetition a few times. But I wasn't really happy with how much Ahmad didn't get involved really in the game.
Right.
He struggled a lot. And we weren't able to play the ball through the midfield. And that's something we've struggled with for a very, very long time. It predates Amorim. But I was not too happy with playing the first team today. I didn't really see the point. If it allows him to play the best team, and when I say best team, meaning don't play Hojlund, because I think it will make us weaker. I think certain players just shouldn't play because I think the final will swallow them alive. I think Hojlund, for example, would be one of the players that wouldn't do very well in the final. I think you need a certain kind of mentality, you need a certain kind of energy when you're playing the final. You need someone that's going to maximize every opportunity. I would start Menu. 9, possibly.
Wow.
Or Mason Mount, 9.
Bro, I'm with you, Brian. I swear to you. I
One
swear.
of the two. That's the options. I would not start Hojlund in the final. Or other Mount, because of his experience, because of what he's done in the Champions League for Chelsea, maybe he steps up. Menu has also come in and done some really good things in that in attacking areas, and he scored in our last FA Cup final as well. I believe so. Yeah. So those would be the options. I wouldn't go Hojlund. I think it would just be too much for him. And people might not like Garnacho, but against Manchester City, at least he turned up in the last final.
Yeah.
So I would play him as well. And Ahmad on his day, what Ahmad can do. That would be what I'm looking at. Ultimately, Amorim doesn't have a lot to choose from, but he has to figure out a way to win this game. Because Tottenham have had our numbers this season.
Yeah,
they just have. They have a much more physically robust team than we do. I just have those images of Van de Ven just running through our whole team last time, and he's gonna play this game. They've literally been saving him up the last few weeks to play this game, so he's gonna be raring to go. No, it's tough. I've been dreading this game since we've got to the final. Before we got to the final, I didn't want to play Spurs. They're the one team I didn't want to play because they have the exact weapons to hurt us. Now, the injuries to Kulusevski and Maddison, I said on Twitter, has kind of equalized what I felt like Spurs had an advantage. It kind of brought it down a little bit.
Sorry, Brian. And Bergvall as well.
And Bergvall too. Yeah. So that ball carrying ability that we've struggled a lot against is not going to be there. But so it just comes down to, do we shoot ourselves in the foot? Onana today nearly gifted Chelsea a goal. Lindelof back post. Ange is gonna target that in the game because it's happened the last few times. Back post headers, we've been conceding goals. So stuff like that, Amorim needs to make sure that doesn't happen. And really, you can only solve it by having the right personnel there. So if Delete coming back, his box defending is going to be crucial. Bringing back Euro, his pace and his ability to carry the ball into midfield is going to be necessary for us. Those are the kind of things I'm hoping for. And I think one or two players that we didn't expect to be back will be back for this final. I think someone like Xerxes maybe might be on the bench. That's what I'm hoping for at least.
Nah, I don't see that happening. No chance.
Let's see what we can do. You never know. There's always someone that you don't expect to play who might, get some injections and sit on the bench for the final. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, Adam, big up to you. You're gonna have the kind of opening statement before we get into the cooking. But Adam, I don't know if you watched the game, but give me a quick summary of the game before we get into everything, dissecting it. You feel me?
Yeah, there's not much to summarize, is there? Like, it's been very much as it always is, isn't it? It's embarrassing. We lose every game. Like, the fact that we had no hope, the fact that we looked decent at the beginning was a shock to everyone, which is embarrassing in itself. Like, when we play well for parts of the game, it's embarrassing because we're shocked, and when we don't play well, it's embarrassing because we don't play well. So embarrassing would probably my summary site.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get into this Hojlund guy. I tweeted last week, no matter what happens in the final, he could score a hat-trick, which is it's impossible anyway for a guy like this, We must sell him and Garnacho. But let's focus on Hojlund. This brother, I swear down, bro, he's really, really making me like he needs to come to the car park right now. Like, I'm on that kind of smoke, bro.
You've reached that level.
Bro, he's really pissing me off. You know what it is, bro? He's wearing the number 9 shirt. The number 9.
Right.
And he's allowed to get away with this. This is an absolute joke, bro. And he's there, flicking his hair like this. Are you out of your mind? And the manager, I swear down, bro, this is something that could make me turn, bro. Is if you could keep persisting with this scrub, bro. You today, yes, I get it. Manager's not going to talk about players in a bad way, but I swear down to you, bro, just don't speak about this player. Do not. Just skip the question, please.
You can't do that, Saeed. That will be twisted into something by the media.
Skip the question. Don't speak about him. Just give a one-word answer, please. That's how you summarize this player is one word and he's shit. Yeah. This
I
guy.
think what Amorim's trying to do with Hojlund, essentially, if you give him enough minutes and he scores, hopefully he'll play himself back into form. But the problem with that is that even when he has scored on occasions, like after the Leicester game or in the Europa League, you're always hoping he's going to turn the corner, and he just never does. So it's like them goals are not ever like the linchpin for him to like. Because when he first came, he didn't score for a couple months in the league. Then he scored and then he went on a run.
And then he cried.
We already had the impression that he's a bit of a purple patch player, anyways. But now it's like even when he does score on occasions, God for God hardly ever scores anyway. He never like follows it up. So he'll score and then just back to the usual rubbish, isn't it? It's
usual. The problem with Hojlund is, his football ability is lacking, but the worst part is his IQ is horrible. That's his biggest problem. You can't coach IQ.
That's the worrying thing.
You're either intelligent as a football player or you're not, and he's not. He just doesn't understand angles on the pitch, which for the longest time, people made excuses. I made excuses for him as well. That maybe you're not getting the right pass into him, and the problem is he just doesn't understand angles on the pitch. He doesn't get himself into the right body shape, right position to receive a pass. Today he got a ball. United were playing through Bruno. I think Bruno, Ahmad, and ball got to him.
God, yeah.
All he needed to do, a proper striker would do, was swivel and shoot. Right? That's what you needed to do. He started trying to dribble. Like, what are you trying to do? You're not going to get that kind of time. Get the ball, turn and shoot. That's, obviously, he's nothing compared to Drogba. But Drogba used to do that a lot. You get the ball, turn, swerve, shoot in one motion. But he just messed it all up. He doesn't have the IQ. He doesn't have the vision. As a striker, you need to be able to see and do things that the defender is not expecting. And Hojlund can often do things that you would expect a striker to do. So how is he going to do the unexpected? So for me, he's just a player again, another one that I don't think Amorim rates. I think he's one that he would want to get out expeditiously if he could. I mean, Amorim played with Gyökeres. Do you think he's going to want this dude, this bum? He's not.
Brother.
It's not the same atmosphere, let alone the same planet as him. So
I'm with you,
one we have to sell.
I'm with you though in terms of like I'm not playing him in the final. I don't give a shit. Like I really am not playing in the final. Find your internal solutions.
You know what my problem is with that, Saeed? 1 week before the final is a bit late to start trying.
That's why we should have done this from the start.
We should have done this for weeks and months. Like Rasmus is a bum. Well, he's been a bum. Like this is not the last 2 week issue. So now they've been training with the idea, with the plan to play Rasmus. At least that's what it suggests, the fact that he's been playing him. Like, so the plan, you can't change the plan a week before the final. So I expect Rasmus to start the final. Because if they were trying something else...
You got 10 men though, Adam. It's 10 men. We're playing with 10 men.
It's not even 10 men, Saeed, as I tweeted earlier. It's 10 men for us and 12 for them. It's worse than 10 men.
And we got Onana playing against us.
I think he tried different solutions though. He tried playing Menu there when both Rasmus and Sexton wasn't on. I get it, but again, Menu got injured and went out for a while. My point being is these solutions aren't that many and they're not great. So us suggesting playing Menu amounts there is not a solution. It's just desperation because we don't have any solutions really. We're desperate. We're hoping someone will do a job. And if we're going to play someone that's not a striker in a striker's position, I'm not expecting them to have a world-class game. I'm just hoping that they do the basics enough that will allow us not to be down one man. That's all I'm hoping for.
But yes, go ahead.
Sorry, I just think we can have a bit of fluidity. Like, I'm not saying, I just think for me, anything is better than having Hojlund up front.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I swear down to you, anything, bro. Anything is better. I'd rather have the fluidity. Like today, they played Tyreek George up front. He wasn't amazing today, but you know what? It's better than sometimes having nothing up front. You know, that Jackson, he doesn't sometimes offers nothing, up front, But you know what? They're like, you know what? Let's try Tyreek George. Try something. Try it.
Just try something. Like, why did he? Like, this manager is. Like, I don't know if he's incompetent or rigid to an extent that I can't grasp. But if you want to stick with a back three, which I don't have a problem with, try two up top and three in midfield. This is a formation that exists, that has shown success, and we don't have the players. Show a bit of, not even creativity, like this is basics, fundamentals. You play with a front three, all of our attack is shocking. So if you play two instead of three, you take out one shit players.
Yeah.
So you can put Bruno and Zerski, for example, or Ahmad and someone else. You can at least try something that won't make it so obvious that Garnacho isn't good enough and that Erasmus isn't good enough. Like it doesn't make sense, Saeed.
But like you said though, like the time now for experiment, and he's got no time now. He's got five days until the final. If he does experiment and we lose the final, then everyone's going to say, well, why did you do it now? And then if he doesn't and we lose, then everyone's going to say, well, he didn't experiment.
He should have tried it. He should have tried it. This is my point, because I agree with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. That's what I'm saying. I think he's wasted a lot of time. Like, if we've already binned off the league, we should have been trying different things. Hojlund's played, I think, nearly every game. Yeah. And even when Xerxes played instead of him and Xerxes played well, he gets dropped again like another game later.
I know.
So the problem, if it was a non-Premier League team, I wouldn't have minded as much playing Hojlund up top.
Yeah.
The problem is it's a Premier League team, and we haven't played
well in particular.
So it's gonna be playing two very good defenders in Romero and Van der Ven. Listen, most very good strikers in Europe would have a tough game against those two.
On their day when they're good,
on their day when they're good, because you can't get at them, but you need to be at least a good striker. And the problem is that we don't even have at least a good striker. So it would just have to be someone that can offer something. And for me, I would maybe play Mounts because of his energy, his pressing, and be able to cover some spots. So he can drop into midfield, allow us to have three in midfield, and cover some zones. So then you can afford to drop Ugarte and play Bruno and Casemiro as the two in midfield.
And then they can all interchange.
You can play Garnacho can go down the middle, Ahmad can go down the middle, and Miss Mount can fill in. So Miss Mount is really there to just fill in where it needs to be filled in, and give that energy and play. I don't know, give us 60 minutes, give us 70 minutes. Menu can come on, and maybe he can also do something in that position as well.
That would be chaotic. Would leave a lot of space because Mount, Bruno, Garnacho switching places. Good God help us.
No, I'm not saying like all the time, but I'm saying like in certain situations. At least one thing I noticed with Messi Mount, he's at least tries to be in the right position. Compared to most
He's got positional discipline. Discipline.
That's why I would use him in the false nine.
And I would play Mount.
Yeah, go on, Adam.
No, as I was agreeing, I would play Mount as well.
Yeah.
But my concern with Mount false nine, especially against Spurs, is because Van der Ven's so athletically dominant over any of the false nines that will play, then they can just play such a high line because they know that they're not going to exploit the space in behind.
Yeah.
That then congests the pitch, and our technical players, we don't have any. So if they're giving us 20 yards to play in, Bruno, Ugarte, Casemiro, you know what's going to happen at them better than anyone. Because
I can't lie, Ron. Sorry to interrupt you, Ron. Just one thing, Spurs ain't been playing that high line in Europe. They've been playing.
I know, but I'm saying if you play a false nine, let's say Mount ain't gonna go in behind and chase balls, and if he does, he's gonna lose 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, we were a bit.
What's Hojlund doing though? What's Hojlund doing?
Okay, I hear it at the same time. Yeah, I hear it.
We're in trouble.
The problem is getting there, and then he slips, and then he gives the ball away.
The issue being is you need to be able to actually get to the point where you can play the ball in behind. Because you saw today we want to play that wall pass into the striker, who will lay it off to maybe a Bruno or Casemiro to then play that pass. Hojlund, every time he got the ball, he lost it. So there's no point. Because if he can't play the ball and spin, then there's no use for your pace. There's no use for your strength. There's no use for that tactic is not going to work because he's not doing what the coach wants him to do.
Ahmad is stronger than both, to be honest.
Yeah, but even Ahmad, man, is not in form, man. What the fuck have we done, man?
Today he was poor. I agree. But I don't think it's not form. He was class.
No, to be fair, we got to give credit to Cucurella. He's actually very tough.
And Saeed, the amount of smoke I got for saying I'd take Cucurella United.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
He was linked with him last January, and everyone was saying
he's very good. He's very good. I've watched him this season. Not many wingers get by him that easy.
He locked up Saka as well. Big up Suj, by the way, for the super chat. Everyone hit the like button. I can't see the likes at the minute. Obviously, I'm on YouTube, so make sure you hit the like button, people. 1.3K in the building. You know what it is, Mandem, though, yeah? I don't know. I think we're asking a lot from this manager, bro, man. This guy's been, let's be honest, man, he's been carried to the final, bro. I know people are going to say, oh, but tactically he done this, that. Let's be honest, man. The players dragged Amorim to the final.
He hasn't done shit tactically, to be honest.
He hasn't done shit tactically, bro. I'm worried, yeah, that the basic tactical Ange beats Amorim. Basic tactics of
This is what I'm afraid of.
Amorim's been out tactic by bloody Graham Potter, and you're worried about
everyone.
There's no one, like I said to you before the stream, the only teams we beat in the league are the bottom three, and even them, they weren't even comfortable wins, bro.
They weren't comfortable wins,
It
bro.
was 3-2. We scraped by with 10 men. We were lucky to even win. Southampton, we had to come from behind. Ahmad did a madness in the last 10 minutes. They're not even convincing wins against the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, I went back later, just earlier. I went back to the Premier League games, and you're absolutely spot on, man. Not one of them is a convincing win. And even most of them are against Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton.
And the Everton win on paper, yeah, cool. We won 4-0. But if you actually watch the game, Everton had chance after chance after chance. And Amorim, to his credit, came out after the game and said it was a good result, but a bad performance. But
bad performance,
by the way, when was that?
How long are we gonna wait for a good performance?
Because that was November. That was November or something like that.
Exactly.
November.
We're still here in March and May trying to piece it together and make sense of the situation.
Exactly.
Well, guys, that's
Everton, and then when we played against Everton, we made the draw 2-2, I think.
I hate that.
That's again tactical. People have this failure of understanding tactical plans. You can only implement to the level of the players that you have. You're not going to. No. Hold on. Let me make my point. You cannot ask this team to go play like PSG.
No.
It's not happening.
No one's asking
Okay.
that.
So, what is the best skill set of the players that we have? Anybody?
I don't know.
I'd say transition, probably.
Okay.
We don't even have legs in transition anymore.
You know what? This transition thing is a myth, bro. I swear. On the like Oli and that, I hear it. We was like one of the best. I could say, yo, when I look at this United team, all right, cool, we're gonna score in transition at least. We're not even good at that, guys. I swear to you, we're not good at that. Outside of Garnacho, who runs and misses chances. That's my point. Even him, our best transition player, isn't even good. Like, he can get up to the point, but he ain't getting you a goal. So it's like this whole transition thing and we're counter-attacking that United are associated with. This is gone, bro. We're not that side no more. I swear to you.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the problem. You're not exactly a very good side at anything. People get it twisted. When Ole came in for Jose, he didn't tweak too much, right? He just unhooked the chains a little bit, give us more freedom, Pogba to go more forward, all that kind of stuff, and allowed us to attack more. The team base was already there. We were still transition-heavy team, and we've been that for the last few years. Ten Hag came in, said, fuck this, I'm not even going to try to implement anything. He got Casemiro, who, let's be honest, had an insane season that season. Casemiro was fantastic for, I would say, 70% of the season. And then he went into the second season, he changed his formation, brought in Mount, and it was just all a whole mess. So we're not really good at anything.
Yeah,
we're not good at
I've been
anything.
saying that. I say our technical floor is the lowest in the league, and our physical floor is the lowest in the league.
So
I said we don't even have rugby. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just exasperated at the team. I don't know what. If I'm a coach, like, what are you gonna do? Really, you are just hoping to maximize the best players you have. So that's Bruno, Ahmad, the players who influence games. So Ahmad, Bruno,
I would disagree with that as well. I think we
need Bruno. I can't lie.
I think he could have picked up better result if he rotated Bruno a bit more. That's one thing. But then again, this squad is not 17th in the league.
No, it's not. I would never accept that.
Saeed, at the start of the season, mid-August, no one would have predicted 16th or 17th. No one would have said this squad is bottom 3 or bottom 4.
No.
So what? Hindsight is too easy. Like this squad, let's not get it. I have been probably more harsh on this squad than anyone. Like I wanted most of them gone for years, but I cannot just let the manager have a free go. I'm not saying sack him. I would personally sack him, but I wouldn't. I don't say just sack him because I don't expect the next manager to come in and get us into the top 4. The squad is not good enough. I agree with that. My point is, 2 things can be right. The squad is poor, but he could have done more with it. The fact
we also overrated
like anything.
It's not 16th place though. Not having
But
that.
Saeed,
so much, man.
the
To the
reason
point
why
where
I
they think that they're
disagree
better than they are.
with that argument, right? And the reason why that argument is so dangerous, and the reason why I don't like that argument is because it allows for complacency.
But this
So
is the
no,
opposite
hold
of
on,
it.
hold on. You less for complacency. You know why? Because you said, well, we are not as bad as. No, we are. You need to accept. I said this before. I need Ineos to get it into their thick skulls. This is how bad we are. So when you're going into the transfer window, you're not looking. Well, we need to maximize Garnacho. You see, we're already failing. We are already making a mistake. We need to maximize whoever. Luke Shaw for another season.
It's wrong. You're not listening. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt, Brian. I'm sorry because we were having this conversation earlier in the group chat, and then I'm sorry. I'll let you go after that.
Yeah.
But this is not what I'm saying. I'm saying as much as the manager is assessing the squad, the club have to assess the manager. Is it fair enough to say that? I'm not saying maximize Garnacho because we need Garnacho to stay. I need to know what Amorim can do so that when we fuck Garnacho off, I know what he can do. I would have liked him to do much better and still sell 85% of the squad. I'm not saying he should have done more.
Do
so
both.
those
Do
players
both,
and plug holes. I'm saying he should have done more. So then when he gets the players that we would buy, I'm confident. I have trust. You're not answering to my point. My point is he should have done more. So when we give him the right tools, I have faith. At the moment, I don't have faith.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
It's fair to say that.
No, I get what you're saying, and no, that's fair. But the way I see it is, you need to come to a conclusion as Ineos, which is we plan on evolving the squad. Now, if you don't think Amorim is the guy, you should know that for a fact. Like, you should know close to a certain degree, this is the guy we want, this is not the guy we want. Because you should have known there was a chance this could happen. We could have been very bad because we were already on very bad form. You have all these people who are more technical than us, who have more data than us, who analyze Manchester United every day, that would be giving them this information and telling you this club, this team underlining, they're not really a 10th best team. They would give you that info, right? More info than we have. So when you get to that point, now you used to say you want to evaluate the manager and saying he's not as good as we thought he would be. That's fair. But then you have to ask yourself, you bring in another manager, right? How long do you give him? And how are you going to evaluate him based on the new players that you sign? How long is that process going to take? You have to start asking yourselves a whole new set of questions. Because if you start off next season, we start off bad form, new manager. How long is, like, or we could start off great. What if it then falls apart later? Like, you don't know. So my point being is, Ineos need to know, and the easy thing to do here for me, for everybody, easy thing to do here is this whole team, we're changing it. This whole team is gone. Like, I don't even want to see 99% of these players in 3 years.
99%, yeah.
That's it. It's done. Regardless of the manager, if people want to sack him, like, people think I'm like super Amorim. If you change it, I'm not emotionally attached to people at this club. If Amorim is to be sacked tomorrow, I'm not going to shed a tear. I'll be like, listen, I think he's a good coach. I think he'll go elsewhere, do well. It didn't work out. Let's find another guy that maybe might do something. If that doesn't work out, we'll find the next guy. But I still believe that the focus 100% should be, let's remove as much of this squad as we can. You can bring in another manager at any point. That is the easiest thing for Ineos to do. That's such an easy fix. To me, it's almost you're wasting energy, because if you're saying, we got rid of Ten Hag, we sacked Jose Mourinho, we sacked Van Gaal, we've sacked managers. It's easy.
But you know what it is, though, Brian?
This is the nuance that I don't think you're grasping in what I'm saying. I'm not saying get Amorim out will fix it. I'm saying he's not doing a good job.
It's hard to, I've said this to you, it's very hard to evaluate a manager with the quality of players we have in this team.
You see, this is where I disagree.
It's very hard. It is, though. You need to understand this, Adam. It's very hard because you don't rate this. You don't rate anybody, but you're saying we should play.
No, Brian. I don't rate any of them yet, but I still expect us to win back-to-back games. So.
Let's be real.
We have no giving rights to win back-to-back games. We have no giving rights to do so. We don't.
No, we have to win back-to-back games.
We don't have to. We need
to. Brian, you can't say that and speak about complacency. It doesn't make sense in my head.
Because the complacency is thinking that you should just be able to do so. And I'm saying that we don't have the quality to do so. The players are not good enough. I'm telling you, we are not good enough to do it.
To beat
we don't
West Ham.
disagree on that.
We're shit.
Well, and I agree. you can have a very poor Formula One car and have someone get the most out of it.
Okay.
Still, the car will still finish 10th.
I know people will say, but bottom teams, Wolves, and all these teams, this win back to back and all that kind of stuff. I promise you, we can sit down. I can go through all these teams, and I tell you, there are teams about Wolves I like. Obviously, Cunha plays there. There's teams about all these other teams I like. If I was in neutral watching Manchester United, outside of maybe Ahmad, what about this team is good? Really?
Because, Saeed, let's be honest.
No.
Let's suppose, just hypothetically, a midfield three, and I don't rate these players, but if I'm trying to be objective, Ugarte, Casemiro, and Bruno
That's
all
a
mount.
shit midfield three.
Hold on, Casemiro, Bruno, and Ugarte as a midfield three should not be 17th. Do we agree they should be at least 10th or 11th? At least, but
At least.
I'll even say, why doesn't Kobe get in there? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting worried about this
Kobe,
Kobe.
exactly.
Kobe, I forgot about him.
Bro.
And I
sorry.
didn't want Casemiro signed. I didn't want Ugarte signed, and I think Bruno should have gone years ago. But I still can say this is a hard enough midfield to beat that we shouldn't be 16th and not being able to win back-to-back games.
I'm going to even double down on that. I think for me, I've been backing Amorim a lot on every podcast. I've been, bro, Brian, I don't know if you've seen it, but bro,
No, I know.
there is no justification for me. There is no coping. There is no nothing to tell me that this Man United team, A, shouldn't be in 16th position, and B, cannot win back-to-back games. I will not have that. I'm sorry. Even if you say Garnacho, even if you say these players, this team cannot be losing these amount of games and not winning back-to-back games. It's not even done in our history. Are we saying we've seen worse squad than this?
Yes, we have. We've gotten relegated before, but outside of that, this team is one of the worst.
It is, but still, there is an element of you to say, yo, cool, tactically, the manager could have set up here us to get wins against them teams that we're talking about.
Should we go through the results? Let's just go through the last.
Let me go through the super chats before you go through them. Big up to Just Waffles. Amorim just completely ignores the midfield. It makes it unpredictable because the only other outlet is Dogu with Dalot injured. We can never sustain attacks. Amorim needs to take some responsibility, and big up to Luca Valvano. He said, we have sacked how many managers, but Lindelof and Luke Shaw have been here for 8+ years. Until the players are removed, I can't say Amorim out.
You can't be part of the problem and be part of the solution. I've said that for so many years. All these men that have been here and have played in all these games under these other managers, they can't be here, but Bruno included. You can't be part of the problem and be part of the solution. They all need to go, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
It's such a horrible, toxic like, imagine a guy like Lindelof who played under Jose, still here. Why?
I agree.
And
United give out testimonials, like I don't know who. Players, half of these players that are eligible for testimonials shouldn't even be here. But we keep players of sentiment and fear of missing out and whatever the reason is. Lindelof's been here how many years? 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how he scammed that one. I don't know how he scammed the living at this club. It's crazy.
Yeah, but you know what? Another thing, and I really, 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 really dislike Lindelof. I've been on his case for years.
I hate it. Ever since I saw him, I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I really, really can't.
That Instagram picture,
But to be honest, Lindelof has just been playing the last few games. We have 6 in 26. So it's easy. I can't blame the players not playing.
But if it's not Lindelof, it's Maguire. No, it's
Maguire's well got to get him sold as well, man. I'm sorry, man.
Get him gone. I agree.
Get him sold, man.
So
here, Maurice says,
Montano with like our players, bro. Like we've seen them, Brian, Adam, Ron, Side. We've seen these man for 10 years, bro. We can't have any attachment to any of them. Whether it's your favorites, Bruno, whatever needs to be done in this summer needs to be done, bro. And that means anyone can get it. Anyone.
Yeah.
Because we are suffering for. You just mentioned all the decisions we make. I seen Pep get rid of. I keep saying this. Pep got rid of Cancelo after playing his best season at wing back. Maguire scores a goal against Leon. All of a sudden now he should be our starting centre back, bro.
Well, you know, there's a case to be made for that, though.
You should be that starting striker, bro.
Centre back. I thought you said striker. Sorry, I thought you said striker.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I swear to that. I said this on my match reaction after that. I said I'll put Maguire up front for the rest of the season. Man, think I'm trolling. I'm not trolling.
Yeah, no. I thought
it's got a good goal today, to be fair.
Yeah, but
let me just read this. Big up to no, it's all good, bro. Maurice says, "Good morning, panel. 38 years supporting, and this is the new low for me. Waking up at 5 a.m. consistently to watch shit. Who do we blame? Where do we start? Love from Melbourne. Big up to you, Maurice. You've been on the channel for a while, man. But anyone that's watching this at crazy time,
I feel your pain, Maurice. I feel
your pain, Maurice, man. Keep your head up, Maurice.
For coming on 5 a.m. bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Respect.
Bruno has 3 open play goals in 35 games. Yet the fan base S him off. We deserve to be where we are.
See, that's
Listen, what I will say, I agree with him. I think, yeah. When I was younger and United were doing well, yeah, and United were winning, social media weren't really a thing. So I didn't really see that all these. I'm so concerned that the general with what I see on social media, on Twitter, even people now that I speak to about Man United, because I'm telling you now, we're a big part of the reason why we are where we are. I promise.
Yeah, I agree.
We're so floppy, we're so we're so emotional, no one ever sits there and analyzes it for what it is. Casemiro signed, just one example, yeah, nothing against Casemiro. Casemiro signed first season, had a good season, all of a sudden he's the best DM in the league. Then next season he's horrible, and then now all of a sudden he's played his way back into the team and he's important. Like, our opinions can't constantly change with every performance. Like Show said with Maguire was whatever, come in, scored a goal, now he's untouchable. Like we need to have a way of thinking and not sway from that too much unless the sample size is bigger than what it is. Can't pick and choose who's good and who's bad on every game because every game's obviously going to be different. Like we need to have a way of thinking and a way of rationally analysing where we are. 100%. Our players are, I'm telling you now, our players are so bad. I don't even think even now people realise how bad they are. When I watched United last year, I said we're bottom 5 teams in the league. I don't care where we finished. We got bought by Coventry, bro. They weren't even in the playoffs that year.
I remember.
Coventry, fam. We were this far away from not even making the final. That's given us whatever.
But you know what it is as well, I think for me, if we lose the final, man, Ineos out, bro. I'm telling you now.
We were Ineos out before Ineos even came in, Saeed. If we knew what was good for us. United fans, we know United fans didn't want Arab people to come in and take over. And that's a whole other problem in itself.
Bro, Ineos are really, if they don't pull their fingers up here and do a rebuild, bro, I swear down, bro.
They don't have the credentials. We've got an ex-City man running us. Like, who's to say this guy's just not just ruining us even more? Guy looks clueless, bro. Guy said in 5 years we're going to win the league. We can't even win one game. Forget Ronaldo.
Apparently we're sleeping today. Was that true? Jim Ratcliffe was sleeping.
I'm not even
gonna hold it against him. The brother's like 80 something, bro. Like I'll be sleeping too. I hear it.
I'll be fair. You know the problem, Ron. You know, Ron, the problem about the squad thing and the fan base being absolutely thick. And because I think you're right on that. If you look at the players we have now that everybody's blaming, most of them were fan favorites like 18 months ago.
But this is what I'm saying. Nobody's consistent.
Because Garnacho, people were afraid Madrid.
People were calling him Starboy, bro. But when you say people, you can't reference Goldbridge as people because that guy is a...
Nah, I'm talking about a lot of people. Many people.
He has a very huge... Saeed talked about this a few weeks ago. He has a very huge following on online, even TikTok especially. The things I see about Garnacho on there is actually insane.
It's massive.
So, he's
calling him generational a year ago.
That was a decent superstar. And we elevated him to it. But then this is the problem. Then the players think they're that good. Then they ask for silly money. Then the motivation goes. Then we can't sell them. And repeat. And this is my concern with where Manu is at the moment. Because now he's asking for a lot of money. His performances don't reflect that. We're putting him up here when he's given us a good 6 months towards the back end of last season, which he played very well.
Look at today though, man. He came on and he looked average, man. I feel sorry for him, man.
I'm saying, Saeed, we give them the platform to think they're better than what they are. Yeah, maybe not us individually here, but us as a fan base. Our best player on paper that people would agree and say is Bruno, and he's not even good. So imagine the other man that are not even good anyway.
I agree.
This is my point.
And this
we
is
put
what
these guys on a pedestal, and then we get surprised when they let us down. They're not good enough.
I've been
And
saying
again,
it,
I'm not
man.
taking the blame away from Amorim because sorry to interrupt, he's a third of the reason to blame. I'm with that. But trust me, bro, these guys are rubbish, bro. I've never seen worse. When we had Igalo and Wakehorse, I thought those were dark days. Give me Igalo for the final.
Put some respect on Igalo.
I'll take Igalo, you know.
Igalo.
Big man team.
Uncle.
Give me Igalo now. Uncle Igalo,
Give me
I'll
Uncle
take
Igalo,
you.
man.
Oh, 100%. I was defending Veghorst, man, and I was right to do so. Look at the state. Look at our state now.
No, honestly, you know when I clocked this team, like fully clocked it, where I stopped, like it was with. I know people don't like talking about Ralph Ragnick, but it was with Ragnick when I was like, I'm not backing these guys ever again, never again. Like it's done with me until I see completely fresh new faces where I can really like, okay, we've signed players properly for a team. I'm not doing this yo-yo thing again where like you said, you need to have a standard. You need to have like, what am I judging these players off of? I know certain players in our team cannot run. I know certain players in our team don't have technical ability. I know certain players in our team are just, they're just awful. They don't do anything. So if they don't have any of these things, I can't rate you. I cannot rate you as a footballer. If you cannot run, you don't have technical ability, and you don't have the mental ability as a player. Like, like Juan Mata, who, has a high IQ as a footballer. If you don't have any idea of these things, I can't rate you as a player. So, okay. How many of those do we have in our squad that have all this thing complete? 0. None.
Nah, you could say Ahmad,
Maybe Ahmad.
Euro.
Again. But to be fair, we haven't seen enough of Ahmad consistently enough.
Mazraoui.
Yeah.
We haven't seen 20 games of Ahmad like really performing. I'm seeing people compare him to Saka, say he's better than Saka.
I think he is. But you know what? Again,
it's too early to say that.
No, but you know what it is though. You know what it is. I think
my problem is now it's very convenient to talk down the squad. I think Ahmad is very good.
I think he's a fantastic footballer.
And
I just think it's too early to say these kind of comparisons because you're not helping.
I think he's a top player. I just think he's had an injury.
Yeah, but availability is important too, though. This is what you need. Like when you're judging a player, you can't just say, "Oh, he's better than Saka." Why? What has he done?
I think he's better than Saka because I watch football.
Yeah, okay.
I watch it. Just like I watch Bruno, and people can give me the numbers they want. Bruno is not good enough because my eyes won't lie to me. The same thing with, because you know what the thing is? I'm going to say what I believe to be true. And I just say it because it's easy to pile on this squad, and that's fair enough. The squad is not good enough. But now we're saying that Ahmad, maybe we haven't seen enough. It's just trying to give that argument more weight, the way I see it. I don't think
we're putting down on Ahmad.
Not his ability, but in like, if you're going forward, you're like, okay, you're building a team. Ahmad has had seasons where he's been injured, he hasn't played fully fit, and all that kind of stuff. He's shown some really, really good flashes, and I'm like, this guy has something. But then it's like, he's never been our top assister, top scorer, any of these things. So he's not done enough for me where I'm like, this is a bona fide world-class player. I can't give him that title. I think he has a huge amount of ability. Like some of the things he does, I'm really impressed by. But you need to be very careful. This is Manchester United. People love to build you up and tear you down that quick. So for me, it's like, just wait. You don't even need to do anything. When he's doing his thing and he's doing it consistently season after season, you don't need to say anything. It'll be obvious. But just chill. Because we're starting to do this thing where Ahmad is becoming our miracle. He's becoming our savior. If Ahmad doesn't play well, everybody's like, fuck it, we're done.
But you know I'm not on that.
No, I know you're not, but I'm seeing it with our fan base. Guys, you gotta be careful because I know these guys love to do it. They did it to Paul Pogba. They did it to Pogba. Whereas Pogba was like, okay. But then just watch. I know these people, they love to do it. Ahmad is not as good as people say.
But you know what it is,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's good. Just people need to just calm down.
You know what it is though, yeah? But by the way, big up to Amin Bowler for becoming a member. Everyone just shout in the chat. Make sure you shout him out, man. New member of the channel. And hit the like button. I do believe you can get like the attack right now, bro. It lacks any sort of like
it's bad
component from. I feel sorry for him. There's no one really for him to link up. Mazraoui isn't the perfect right wing back for him. Up front, there's not a lot that he can do as well. Midfield, who can he really link up with? Like, it's dark, bro. Like, and listen, I think Ahmad, he had a poor game today, and that was due to the fact that Cucurella locked him up. But I just think for me, though, the almost like the foundations and the platform for you to thrive in this United system, this United team, it's awful, bro. Like, honestly.
The thing is, though, as well, like, Ahmad's like, as good as he is, and I like him a lot. He's one of the only players actually that I like that gets me off my seat. And that he's a kid, though, man. We can't be looking at him to be the shine. He should be one of many weapons in our arsenal. He can't be the main reason. He can't be do or die. If Ahmad performs, we win. If he don't, we lose.
Yeah.
You get it? He should be just one of 3 or 4 forwards that scores 10 goals or creates 10 assists. He can't be the be all and end all. It shouldn't be like that.
And no one
should be Saeed. We're Man United, bro. We should have 4 Ahmad.
Also, Saka's been doing this for like 5 years, man. We're not doing the whole Ahmad and Saka thing. Leave that to like other fans.
Why are we doing that? Why are we in a position to even be comparing players, bro? This is
That's what I just said. We shouldn't be doing that.
I know, but this is what frustrates me. We do this all the time. When we play a team, we'll do a combined 11 and we'll put 6 of our players in there, and they're all shit. So who are you lying to? Because when we play, we're gonna get
the wrong ones. They put the wrong ones.
But there's no one to put. There's no combined 11 unless we're doing the bottom 3. And even then, them man got even a couple of the bottom 3 teams got players that
they got players that will take, man. That's
crazy. What I'm saying?
Again, I agree. But I think some of our players in defense are decent. I can't lie. I like Yoro. I like Delete.
I like Yoro. I don't even like Delete. I like Yoro and I like Ahmad. Apart from that, I don't see no one else in this team that I care about.
But that again,
no, I like
you see the thing. We don't concede that many goals, right? And that's just from having
this level of copium, man.
No, we don't concede that many goals. We don't concede that many goals, and maybe that's because we're playing back 5.
In the last 10 games, how many goals have we conceded?
I don't know.
Let's give 10 games in the Premier League. Outside of the spanking 4-1 to Newcastle, I can't remember us from game to game.
West Ham
and Bournemouth and Brentford. I think
Brentford we conceded 4
to Brentford.
We conceded 2 to West Ham,
1 to Wolves.
1 to Wolves.
But the thing is, look, bar the Brentford game, the most we concede obviously is 2. We're not like getting.
No, I'm just saying we
used to before, but like under 10 half, we were
just standard of the defenders we have is of a better quality than our midfield department and our attacking
Newcastle
department.
4. Hold on a minute, I've got some more. Newcastle 4.
Ericsson, and Ugarte.
Brother, we're conceding a lot, man. Brian,
I'm saying we are not like. I guess you guys can look at the numbers or whatever, but I'm saying we are not conceding. Comparatively, our defense has better players than our midfield and attack. And I'm just saying, like, we go into games like this game against Chelsea today, we're playing Lindelof, Maguire, and Hushaw in defense, right?
I get what you mean, though. But the attack's more problematic, yeah. But it's still.
It needs to be upgraded. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying, you can see just having Euro, who is a quality player, and the difference he makes in our defense. You have Martinez when he was playing before his injury. He saw the 4+. And listen, Martinez was the one that scored our last goal where we beat the team that wasn't in the bottom 3, which is funny. It wasn't the last goal, but he scored in the game against Fulham.
Yeah, 1-0.
I'm just saying, like, the way the Premier League is right now, guys, without quality, you're going down. That's why the teams that get promoted, they just go straight back down. If they don't sign the quality, you need to go buy players. Proper players, good players.
Without Champions League football, I'm telling you now, there ain't no money, man.
Then I'll tell you right. I'll tell you guys right now. If we don't go and sign the player, like I expect us to sign Cunha, and maybe 1 or 2.
Does Cunha even come if we don't get Europa?
I don't know, you know.
But
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know.
The one thing that concerns me as well that I don't think no one even mentions is that it's not even about what's out there. United had for example, 2 players. I forgot his name. What's the kid that's playing in Poland at the moment?
Yeah, that's the guy, man.
And Iqbal. They've left, gone and had good seasons. And they're both technically good players, innit? And they're a different profile to what we have. And we've gone and sold them for chump change. So we've not benefited from their sell, and we've not benefited from not having them in the team. But United are allergic to this type of player. I don't understand why we're so obsessed with having like a destroyer in the midfield that only can win the ball back and do nothing else.
Physicality, innit? I think that's
Yeah,
what
but
trouble.
why though? Why are we so obsessed?
Because
For me, the midfield is the bigger problem than any other position on the pitch. Because even if our midfield was better, we'd create more chances. And even if our strikers are shit, they'd get enough chances to score goals just by sheer volume of creation. But we don't create because we don't keep the ball. We don't have good midfielders.
Probably the best creative midfield.
There's a reason why Ashworth was sacked, right? Because again, this is why I say it's dangerous. And for the people in the comments that say I'm trying to be a fake intellectual, this is just how I talk.
Yeah, no, this is elite pundit, man.
It's dangerous for a team to try and fix problems with certain signings. So the reason why we signed Ugarte, we tried to fix a problem in our team, which was covering ground. And it was really rudimentary to go and sign it make that signing that way because of how Ten Hag was playing. We wanted someone that could push up and do all that kind of stuff. But that's not how you do signings. You need to look at the overall picture. Does it make sense for the Premier League? All that kind of stuff. Like, we don't do that, and we haven't done that in a long time, which is why I'm like, if Ineos are going into this summer and thinking, oh, we have X, let's get Y to make X work better. That's not going to work, guys. It's not going to work.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
That is, don't go sign X to make Bruno. No.
We've been trying to unlock Bruno for years, and we've been unlocking, like, we've been allowing goals and not scoring.
Chapter 12.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah.
It's not, the whole trying to unlock Bruno. Like, again, what United do is bring in different. We miss profile players all the time, and that's why we're stuck in this situation now. 10 years down the line, our rebuild needs a massive overhaul, like we're referring to. But it's not just for me about unlocking Bruno. Like, Bruno, it's everything, guys. We saw it.
He needs to be locked.
You know what it is, though, guys. Yeah,
We've seen it with Pogba. Yeah, Pogba's the best for me. Pogba is one of the best midfielders I've seen.
At United,
United, we couldn't even get the best out of him. Do you get what I'm saying? We were trying to unlock him for so long. Even though he had, for me, I watched the games. He had great games for United, and he had a couple of good seasons. But for the level of talent he had, we didn't do the best unlocking. And that's what we do with our squad. Every single player that comes in, we don't build around them. We just buy individuals. Oh, that's how we just go and get. How we've got Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. Oh, let's just go and get Ronaldo. Or like, it's like United are not serious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're just not. You know what I'm saying?
Anybody that watched Pogba would have told you the system they were playing in Juventus was very different. He had like 3 other midfielders that were doing 3 other separate jobs in that midfield
Vidal
to make him work. He had Pirlo, who was controlling things. He had Vidal in there. He had Marquisio. These guys were all like marshalling that midfield. Pogba could do his thing. And we bring him to Manchester United and play him with old Matic and Ander Herrera.
Wow.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. That stat. I don't think it's a real stat, though. I think they tried to conflate that one up to 0.92. Ruben Amorim, 24 points in 26 Premier League games, a point per game ratio of 0.92. This is lower than Paul Jules' Premier League points per game, 0.94, who managed 24 winless games in Derby when they finished on 11 points in 2007-8. But how does that make sense, though? Because 11 points compared to 24 points, you know what I mean? Like, that don't make sense. So what have they done here? Have they combined all of his points in the whole of his tenure? Or I don't get that. That's a bit weird, that. But is that true stat, guys?
But was Paul Jewell there for the whole season?
No, he wasn't. He got sacked.
So that's what I'm saying. So he had 11 points in how many games? So I'm saying maybe
11 and 24. No.
So what's Amorim got since he's come? How many games you won in the league?
We've won 24 in 26 Premier League games.
24 points in 26.
But then again, Derby. So I don't understand. So how is this? How's he got? But then he's not. He's had less.
You're not doing the math right on that. Or
he managed 24 winless games in Derby when they finished on 11 points in 2007-8.
Amorim has got how many points? Is it in the league?
Yeah, 24 and 26.
4 in 26. That is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, someone in the chat, let me know if that's a true stat, because it don't make sense for me.
They were saying it on my way here. They were saying it on TalkSport, actually, but The same stat. That's why when he said it, I said Paul Jules straight away, so I knew what he was talking about.
He says here, but basically Jewel managed Bradford, Wigan, and Derby in the Premier League, so the 0.94 is his average across those three teams. So they tried to clickbait that, man. Yeah, they're clever what they did there, man.
Paul Jewell was decent at Wigan, man.
Yeah, no, they're clever what they did. They just tried to make it look like it's worse than Paul Jules, but really and truly it's not. But still, though, the fact that we're
even having this conversation,
talking about Derby and these, man, broski, like this is crazy.
We didn't even get a new manager bounce under Amorim. Do you know how crazy that is?
This is why I'm so
talking about us against that.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared for the club, man, because the issue we have is something that I've seen on other big clubs. You know, when Newcastle went down, when Leeds went down, all these clubs, when you start, your recruitment just goes out the window. You don't know what you're doing. There's no plan. And the managers they go, whatever. People think it's impossible for Manchester United to ever be in that position because of where we were. Guys, it's not impossible. I need Ineos to go into this window with clarity. If they want to sack Amorim, be clear. At least be clear so there can be a set plan. I just want us to have a set plan of a high level and execute said plan. If you go into next season now, or you buy Amorim some players, then you change your mind and be clear. That's all I'm asking.
You know what though?
We've already been shown that they're not clear, because the whole process behind even keeping Ten Hag, they were speaking to other managers, then the fan base started crying, and then they kept him. So they've already, in my eyes, they've already lost me. I don't believe it.
But you know what it is though? This is why
writing letters. Never feel so ashamed in my life.
Writing letters, bro. I was so happy that we won the FA Cup, because I thought my club had standards, and we would have won the trophy. I was so happy.
Right, when I saw the letter, I felt so ashamed. You know where I live, man? I'm so far from Manchester.
I know. I wrote a letter though. I wrote a letter back, man. I can't lie. But
but for the right reasons.
Yeah, but man, I'm not like, this is why I'm everyone out here. But bro,
everyone out.
Like, do you know the maddest thing is? Yeah, I don't know whether listen. For me, giving the manager money to spend, but then knowing that the season is hard, bro. It's like having your life depending on, I don't know, man. Like, you know, who do you know is the weakest in your mandem group? Like that, you can't trust them. You know, and you say to them, yo, do this, and they always let you down. I just think for me, it's like, bro.
But that's like if I had a business here, if I owned a business and I was running it badly for X amount of years, and then I gave it to you and you weren't able to, it's so much damage has been done beforehand, bro, that we can't just lay the blame. We can't lay the blame. Again, people don't miscontent like what I'm saying. I'm not backing Amorim on either side in it, because there's so many elements to the argument.
But that's what I said. It could be any manager though. Could be any manager.
It's not as easy as cool. Let's just say Amorim out and then get who. Then we have to change the whole thing again, and then these players are going to say, "Oh, but it took us ages to get used to a back four from a back three." Then we waste another year. Then we're back in the same position again.
But this is where Omar Barada's got. If he goes to a back four, he's got to go, because this guy said, "Yo,
I don't like this guy, man. I don't even know him, man. I just don't like him. I just feel like he's just."
Is he the one responsible for the back three, or was it Wilcox who Southampton played?
No. It was Omar Barada, bro.
Can I say something? On top of the list.
The whole we can't give the manager money. I'm looking at, we have Ineos now. That's their job, no?
Mm. Buy for the club,
they're not supposed to buy for the manager. They're buying for the club now. Exactly. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like whoever's in charge, like I keep saying, is Cunha can play in any system, any whatever. We need to sign players. Yeah, they might be wing backs and that, but they need to, with the idea that they can play for the club, not just the manager, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I think Ineos are. That's how I feel like our transfer policy is going to change in that sense, and that's what we've been seeing. But I'm with you guys, bro. Listen, if Amorim's out, Ineos is out as well. Because I said before they came in, I wasn't on this Ineos thing, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Man want to bring politics.
They failed him. To be fair, they failed him.
Bro, man want to bring politics in the football, saying we can't have a state ownership and all of this, brother. If it means United winning every single week, I couldn't care who's in charge, bro. Whether that's Ineos, whether that's Glazers, whether that's Saeed. You know what I'm saying? I don't care, brother. I just want United winning again. Like, why have we got to? Bro, no one cares when PSG are doing this thing. They're the mindset, but they've got Arab owners.
Look at Newcastle.
Newcastle, I don't care, bro. But I'm saying is now, Ineos have to get this right. If not, I'm Ineos out. If you want to be Amorim out, cool. I don't care. All of these men gotta go, bro. It's that.
If I'm being honest,
go on.
I was just gonna. If I'm being honest, I think they're gonna sack him.
Yeah,
I don't think his. I said this on Twitter. I don't think his position is as secure as people are making it sound, because they're not really. I know there's been with. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep him regardless. I don't really. I'm not seeing the confidence like you would think for a coach that they're gonna back like that. I don't think it's there like that. I think if they don't, especially if we lose this final, I think they'll sack him. Especially if we lose.
I think they'll be too ashamed to say that they've made 2 mistakes in one season. So even if he doesn't win, I don't think they've got the cojones to
So that would show poor ownership or poor leadership.
They're not gonna. They already admitted, obviously, that they made a mistake keeping Ten Hag, and within the time span of 8 months, they're gonna admit that they put all this money in towards sacking him and getting him. That they've made a mistake, and they'll ride this one out till the end.
But look at Nice, though. Look at the record at Nice, where.
But this is what I was gonna say. This is what I was going to say to Shells before I kind of interrupted you. I agree 100% with what you're saying about Ineos, but my concern is what have they done in this sport, in this industry, to give you any faith that what you're saying is going to happen? That's my concern.
I'm just looking at the track record at Nice, where they hired and sacked managers pretty frequently. Yeah, and they didn't give Amorim a long contract. I think it's 2 plus 1.
1 plus what was 2?
But they did pay 9.1 million euros.
Saeed, when a fan base is angry enough, we saw this with what happened with Den Haag. We've seen this happen. It goes out the window. I really think if they lose this final, they're going to want someone who's going to publicly pay for the sins the mistakes they've made. And is it going to be Barada? I don't think so. I think it's going to be Amorim, because it's an easy thing to go, he's just a horrible coach. We made a mistake. And the fan base will eat it all up. Why? Because the fan base wants to believe that he's just a horrible coach. It'd be easier to go get someone that will excite the fan base again, and they can continue with their project.
Most of the fan base is on the other side of it.
I don't think so.
I think most of the fan base are like, keep him. I like him, but
no, I think it's so. Split, I can't lie to you.
I think one why I don't agree is a lot of Manchester United fans do not like back three.
Yeah,
they do not like back three, especially traditional fans that have watched Manchester United for a long time. Fans at Old Trafford, they don't like the back three. So if you're telling them they're going to sack him and get a manager that's going to play back four, like, guys, I can already see it. Because I can see it is why I believe it's going to happen.
Because you know what? Yeah. If they sack him, that just shows that even they never expected him to do this badly.
Yeah, true.
So that means we shouldn't have expected him to do this badly either. So that means our position is valid if they sack him.
Yes and no, because you should have known a coach that was going to, like, I'm not saying it should have been this bad, but you should have known it was going to be bad.
It's going to be bad. Fact.
That alone is bad, right? Because I know it is a bad idea to put salt in cereal. So, like, regardless of whether you think it's
do that.
No, I don't. But I know it's a bad idea. So why even try it? If you know Amorim is going to come in and play back three, you're not going to give him any proper signings. Why would you even do it in the first place? It makes me question your judgment.
I don't even think formation is a problem. I don't think even the formation is a problem.
But that's why he said, I want to come in the summer when I'm a bit steady. Amorim has also got to blame as well because he's naive enough to take the job, yeah? So he needs to blame himself as well. And he will have that regret. But, bro, they told him now or never, yeah? And they didn't even back him enough in January.
That's another red flag. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but that's another red flag for me.
They should have bought him players, I agree. I think we didn't have the money. But if I am the board, if I'm the ownership, I'm telling him the same thing. It's now or never. Because I'm not going to waste another 10 months before assessing another manager. I think you're a valid candidate. They wanted him. You come now and you get the rest of the season so we can make a judgment. You either succeed or you fail.
Yeah, true.
And then if we are happy, you stay, and then we buy players, and then we move on. And if it's a bit techy, well, then maybe we reassess. Maybe you know what circumstances and whatever. But we if I'm the ownership, I'm not trying to lose those 8 months.
And also, Adam, also as well, I think they must have given him a criteria and told him the situation. So it's still an Amorim. He took it, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's all good feeling sorry for him, but he knew the situation he was getting into as well at the same time.
Yeah.
With that being said, Ineos are still doing a bad job, 100%. But it's like, we can't. Amorim's got to take some responsibility in something.
He does. He's the coach, and at the end of the day, right, people are going to judge you based on results. And if you're not going to, as a coach, be flexible enough to maybe get results, you're going to get criticism, right? I can understand why, if I'm a coach, fuck these players. I don't give a shit about them. They're awful. But you're going to get judged as Manchester United manager. And if you're losing this much, you're going to get criticism. It's not even a hidden fact.
Bro, look at this comment here. Did you see this interview, by the way, where basically Amorim didn't know it was this hard? Bruno said he should have asked him about it, but he didn't.
Tell me.
Is that a real thing?
No, it's real.
When they did the interview with Ahmad, when Ahmad was sitting next to them, I think in the stadium.
Well,
you know what it is, guys. Yeah, I think a lot of it. I can't lie to you, man. I think for me, Wednesday's D-Day, man. And yeah, I can't lie to you. A lot of it rests on that day. Like you might see a different opinion from me. You might not.
I'm still.
Guys. I'll be honest with you, man. I think for me, Wednesday will.
When you're saying D-Day, what you're talking about for the position of the manager, or
everyone, everyone, bro.
What is the quote? I'm sorry, Saeed. I'm very sorry to. What is the Bruno quote about Amorim? I'm still on that.
So basically, Amorim came in and he basically said to Bruno, "I didn't know the smaller teams were this good," and then Bruno said, "You didn't ask me." Basically, so he underestimated the smaller teams. He didn't realize how the strength of the Prem was. Basically,
yeah.
So that's why we are failing as an institution when Bruno is walking around like Billy Big Bollocks. What's going on here? Am I the only one that's deeply offended by the state?
Adam,
not deeply offended. I'm so done, man.
Bro, he's walking around like he owns the place. Look at the state of us.
Adam, I'm so tired.
But then again, if I live in the area for 5 years, but if I live in the area for 5 years and you just come in the block, I'm gonna tell you like the do's and don'ts of the area. You know what I mean? And
but Warrior, do your job first, man, then tell me how to do my job.
Yeah.
Oh,
if Gasparini leaves Atalanta, he's perfect for this project. He's experienced and kind of overachieve while playing attacking football until Ineos settle in. Listen, go get me Thomas Frank, bro. I'm done with this.
No, don't do that.
Bro, you know what my dad always says, Saeed? Go ahead.
Yeah, I am. I want Thomas Frank.
Don't do that, man, please.
What's wrong with Thomas Frank?
Allow it, man, please.
You know,
give me a reason why.
What my dad always says, if we play West Ham on the beach or in the park, no grounds, no stadium, no coach, we win them 4 or 5 times out of 5.
Yeah. No, but I don't understand. What's this laughing about, Thomas Frank, though? What's this? What is this laughing at?
That's borderline.
We need to get out of this cuckoo land that we can get top managers now. We're not.
Saeed, it's the London air, man. Stop.
No, bro. So who do you think we can go and get now? Be honest. Who do you think you can go and get?
What, realistically or hypothetically?
Realistically.
I don't even know, to be honest.
I don't even know, bro. Can we not have that manager? Let's win on Wednesday, man. Let's get some positivity, bro.
We got to get Will Smith from iRobot, bro.
Guys, I honestly don't view this. Saeed, remember I told you I wanted to get knocked out of the Europa League because I don't like this thing.
I don't like that mentality as well.
No, I don't like using the Europa League as these people are gonna get to. Oh, we won. I'm like, I don't. The season is horrible.
No, you know what? It's fine.
This is fine. Go on.
No, so just quickly, I think it's more so because we've never been in this position before. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like if it was 8 or something, cool. I don't think no one would care like that. But we're broke. We've got no bread, bro. Like we can't get into the club. Like we're outside. We've got no ID, got no P's. Like it's peak. Like it's literally this or bust. this is why it's so important, because if we don't get this, we don't get no players, bro.
I
And then
agree.
we're gonna be here next year talking on this panel, and we're gonna be doing the same therapy talk.
But here's
Dark.
the thing, right? Here's the thing. Okay, so you look at I don't know if PSG is a great example, but look at the players they signed. They changed their model. They signed some young players. They're really smart when the way they went in. Look at all these relegated sides. Look at Nottingham Forest. Again, I get it. Champions League would make signing some players easier. Well, guys, it's not the end. And this money talk needs to. I need Ineos to dead this nonsense. I need this money talk to just end right now, because listen, if we go
Are
and
you
break,
confident they got money though?
no, but if we go and break all the financial rules next season, no one is kicking Manchester United out of the Premier League. It's not happening. The most we'll get is a fine. The most we'll get is a fine. No, I'm being deadly honest.
Yeah,
I need this thing to stop.
Chelsea do it every year.
They break how many rules have Chelsea broken, bro? What are we doing? Ineos, go and sign the players. Go sign the players. That's what we need as a club right now. We need a lot of talent.
Wish it was easy as that though, man. I wish it was
But it
easy.
is. I'm sorry, but it is that easy.
Hey, listen,
It
if we-
is that easy. We're giving Ineos too much excuses of saying
No,
the
I
money
agree.
is.
I agree.
No,
But
you need
still
to
you have
do
to.
whatever it takes to get Manchester United back to where they need to be. This broke talk is. I'm so tired of it, man.
to
Sometimes
dig
in my
up-
life I've had no money, but I've done whatever outside of committing a crime to survive. You need to
I
survive,
agree.
Oh, you
They
need
need
to
to
go
dig up. They need to dig up the hyena, man.
bro. Like,
That, well, I've clocked
Hey,
it.
bro,
That's what it is.
we're gonna start sending our youngest to Cunch, bro. It's
That,
peak.
bro, it's
Nah,
peak,
it's
bro.
dark, bro. I can't lie. The
you
points,
can't
everything.
be telling me you're building this gigantic stadium and you have no money. I don't want to hear it.
But this is
I
why
don't
it's
want
like
to hear it.
said, yeah, when you said it's do or die or Europa League or bust, and I said for who? Because to me, like, even if we get Champions League football, to me that's not fooling me, bro. Because for one,
I get what you mean.
it's not going to be sustainable because we're not good enough to be there. We don't deserve to be there. So it's just
agree.
it's all a facade anyway, just to make us banter other teams or say, oh yeah, we're in Champions League, you're not. Da, da, da. In the long run, we're not going to be there for the next 3, 4, 5 years. Because even if we get Champions League next year, we're not going to finish top 4, and we're not going to win the
Can't
Champions League.
lie though.
So what is it? Who are we fooling?
I
It's
agree.
not about,
agree.
it's more so the players that we can get in.
Well, buy play, bro.
They're committing 4 or 5 years to their life. They're not that stupid, man. Like, let's be real.
I still think.
By the way, is this true? By the way,
we'll still buy anyway, regardless.
Amorim has taken 2 points from a possible 24 in the league.
Sounds about right.
Sounds right, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Saeed, every stat you look at is probably true, bro. I'm gonna be real with you.
You say it again, say it.
I don't know.
Because we've lost our last how many games, and we drew recently.
Yeah,
so.
6 wins, 6 draws, 14
When was
losses.
the last time we scored? Brentford actually, we scored 3 against Brentford.
It's I'm so fried. I cannot believe this is Manchester United. Honestly, cannot believe it, because
Oh, you better believe it.
the quality of the players we have is shocking. And the manager is one thing, but it's like, who is the guy you go get to possibly replace him? Because listen, I like Amorim. I think he's a good coach. I think if he goes elsewhere,
But he's lost his head though. Look at this though. Hear
Yeah,
this,
but
guys.
You know,
Guys, hear this, hear this,
you know when you say if he goes
Hear this,
elsewhere,
hear this, hear this.
I agree. That's fine if he go. If like, I'm not saying Amorim's a bad coach. That doesn't mean he might be the right coach for
no, I
United.
agree.
And I'm not also saying I'm Amorim now. I'm just saying that there's context and everything, and I understand what people are saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Look at
fussed.
this man,
I have no attachment to any of these man.
Facts. I'm with you. I'm with you. Hear this from Amorim before the game, by the way.
A number of times with the Blackburn Rovers, almost relegated champion. Leicester, almost relegation champ. Nottingham Forest last year, almost Champions League. Last year was fighting for their life. So a number of
So he's basically talking about next season already. About things could be.
If you walk like that, if you talk like that, you better walk like that, man.
He's become the Montclair waffler now. What's going on, man? Shout out to the Montclair waffler. I'll be honest
Because
with
you
you.
know how dramatically we have to improve, Saeed, for this to be acceptable. Like, we are 16th, 17th. We can't be 13th next year at Christmas. That's not acceptable.
Brother,
We need to win at least 10 places around Christmas. That's a lot.
It can be done, but it's down to Ineos again.
It's down to him as well.
Him as well too, obviously. But I think even if you remove him out of the equation, we need the players. We need the players to. We don't have a striker. Onana nearly threw the ball in his net again this season. Our midfield is probably one of the weakest in the league. We don't have nobody in there that can put his foot on the ball and pick a pass consistently. So for me, it's like, I get it. If this team coached itself, right? If there was no coach, we'll probably be we'll be bottom half, right? Manchester City, you put their team out, they'll probably finish top 6 without Pep.
Yeah.
They're good. You know, Arsenal probably around the same. Liverpool probably around the same, right? But for us, our quality level is not, we're mid-table. And when you're mid-table, what tends to happen is that you can fluctuate really low. You can go back up a little bit. And this is what a mid-table side is. We're not used to this as Manchester United fans. So if we don't improve our quality, we're not going anywhere fast. So for me, I don't want to hear this talk until I see Ineos. And if I'm being honest with you, I was actually going to tell you this. I think they're holding back the Cunha announcement in case they lose this final.
Yeah, it's evident. It's evident. As soon as we win it, it'll be
You know what
announced.
the problem is, Brian? He's not performing to the level of his tools, and that's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was watching him at Sporting, I thought one of the main reasons why I wanted him here was he was a coach that would go in and improve what was there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get everybody on side. It worries me that a coach that was known for doing that is not doing that at Manchester United.
I agree. I thought he was outperforming the Sporting squad. So that's why I had faith. But now he's not performing to the level of these players. These players, it's not a good level. Let's not get it twisted. It's not a good level. But it's not good. It's not good.
Amin Bowler says Saeed and Adam hypocrites. When Amorim came with 3-4-3, you all said he would expose who's good and weak. Now it's clear you're expecting better results.
I didn't say he would expose who's good and who's weak. I always knew who those were.
I don't know about this super chat. I can't lie, but I respect you, bro. But bro, there's exposing players, but there's also realizing that we need to get results, and you need as a manager need to get results, bro. Like, I mean, it's all good and well.
To be fair, Saeed, results are one thing, but we need results, no doubt about it.
Performances,
exactly. Performances is the one.
There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's nothing for us to say, cool, like this is what's good. Like with a sprinkle of quality, this is what we're gonna get. Right now, we're just stabbing in the dark, bro. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wondering if the players have mentally checked out of the league a while ago.
They checked out of the league when Ten Hag stayed.
I think
but that's on him as well. You can't allow that to happen. You can,
but you can do it. These players are disgraceful. These are the same.
Yeah, you're right. They always check out.
80% of players that lost 7-0 to Liverpool, bro.
Yeah, you're right. They always check out. That's true. That's true.
These guys, they don't have self-respect for themselves as a professional footballer.
No, they don't have pride. They don't have pride.
They don't care, bro. Bruno was asking to come off that game, and that's your captain.
He said Amorim should have asked him.
I asked you what? Do your job, man.
You know that super chat that just came up here? Can I just address something about opinions, guys? Listen, Saeed, whoever on this YouTube, we just have an opinion. Just because we've given an opinion 8-9 months ago, whatever it is, we're allowed to have a different opinion. Like football change. Like I'm not, Saeed's not, whoever. We're not professionals. We're just here to give our opinion, and
we're not oracles as well.
Try to figure stuff out. That doesn't mean everything is gospel, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm just the one thing I'm trying to get my head around YouTube. I'm new to this, innit? So, but it's like you can have an opinion 6 months ago and change that opinion. That's okay. Same way, pundits do it all the time. So like you can't. Yes, I might have said something, but that you don't take that as gospel, bro. Like, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? Like he's allowed to have opinions wrong. There's some things I'm sure he's been right about as well.
And things change as well. Things
change, bro. It's football.
It's football, exactly. It's not science.
It's so funny because this is the thing I struggle with, because people come across you and like they talk to you like as if you're Sajim. I have zero control if Amorim stays or goes. Nobody here does. But we're giving our opinion based on what we see. Some people might want the manager to stay. Some people might want the manager to go based on what they see, but it is not done. At least for the guys that I know here, you guys are not saying it out of emotion. I know you guys are not saying it out of emotion. You guys are saying it because of what you see. And I'm saying, I get what you're saying. Like for me, with who I'm more like, I don't see like Amorim has a problem and he's not performed to a certain level. I agree, but I try to contextualize it. There's so many issues at Manchester United. It makes it hard for me to go, yes, I can see us sacking him and getting someone else, and we'll be having this conversation in 12 months again.
And I don't disagree with that.
That's the problem I have. I'm tired of going through that process of we hire another guy and it's like okay, and then
I agree.
It's like it's.
But I also think
that's not an excuse to keep him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
That's why I say Ineos need to be clear. If you're going to keep him, make sure you're keeping him for the right reasons because you believe he's going to work. Because that's the only way this whole thing is going to actually work.
I think also, I think for me, it's also not a reason to keep him as well. I do agree with that, but I also think the reality is now we then have to become a club that sacks and hires, and the biggest thing for me is that if we do that, there has to be an acceptance from the fan base. If they aren't, then you have to hold accountable the ownership, and then you can say, right, this ain't good enough, get them out or whatever.
Exactly. And you know what's the fact? 1958
are not protesting against Ineos; they're protesting against Glazers. I don't get that. It don't make sense.
Yeah, but
how are you protesting against Glazers but not Ineos? Ineos are here making the football decisions. Yeah, cool. Glazers are part of the problem, and they are the problem. But Ineos are a big problem as well. I don't get why they're not protesting against them. It don't make sense.
British. That's why they don't care.
It's a joke, bro.
And this is why I think they'll sack him, Saeed. This is why I think they'll sack him, because they looked at what happened with Ten Hag. Obviously, won the FA Cup and they decided to keep him, and that was a huge mistake. I think we can all agree with that. I don't think they're going to just let these losses slide, especially Sajim.
I hope not.
I don't think
the two though, man. They're so
terrible.
Ten Hag was 3 years and spent 6. This guy is dealing with the mess that he left.
I'm not saying I want that. I would prefer to keep him and stick to the plan, but I just don't see them doing it.
You could also argue that one of the reasons we are in this mess because we held to Ten Hag for too long.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we are at risk of repeating the mistake of buying players for him and him turning out not to be good enough. So that's why I agree with you, Brian.
You buy good players that can play in various
Exactly. That's why it's got to be on Ineos. The focus has got to be on Ineos.
The problem why I don't think they're going to go Amorim, because they might look at it as it's going to cost more to try and make him work versus someone else.
Look,
that's the issue.
They don't have enough credit in the bank to have 2 mistakes on their record so early on in their tenure. They've already got rid of Ten Hag. They already Ashworth, and they already ruined it by letting Ten Hag stay. So they've already made mistakes. They don't have credit in the bank to now add another mistake, bro. They're gonna ride it out.
Yeah, no.
Have no choice. They have no choice. Unless obviously it becomes untenable, but that's gonna obviously have to depend on next season, because I don't think Europa League is make or break for Amorim. I don't.
No, but you know what?
I don't think
it's pretty untenable, if you ask me.
It gets toxic, man. It gets toxic, bro. I can't lie.
And another thing as well, like we are used to, I think it's mostly United fans. We think a project or a process is one manager.
Yeah. It's not.
A process of rebuilding can include 4 or 5 managers.
Yeah.
If you have the structure, so that's why I agree with Brian. The eyes on Ineos. Are they about or not? We'll see.
That's why Liverpool are in a good position off the club list.
Exactly that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Look, 100%.
You know what? We are a club
3-3.
We kept Ole for 3 years.
Yeah.
You know who has Ole does? What can we say?
Do we all want 4-3-3 back, by the way, or are you guys?
I don't care.
I really don't care. I just want the players to play good football, and the manager.
We've had all these formations. You can name any formation in the chat. We've played all of them.
I don't think the formation matters.
It
doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. But the problem is, for some odd reason, at Manchester United, it's going to matter. It's so stupid.
But Brian, it is stupid because every top team plays with a back three in when they're attacking. Like I don't understand.
I know,
People
but
are so
again,
obsessed with how
you
we
can
set
see
up.
with Gary Neville, you see with Roy Keane, like you can see with these guys, they have an issue with playing a back three. I hear with the commentators all the time. I hear it with NBC, the panelists. They don't look comfortable in the back three. Back three is not this. It's not Manchester United. It's all like
Yeah,
you're
but
going to keep hearing this nonsense.
This
Yeah, of
whole,
course.
this
You know
whole
what?
it's not Manchester United thing is ridiculous because he said the same thing when we were linked with Conte. Like, what is this whole like? There's United as a club and the fan base seem to think there's a United way of doing things, bro. There's not, bro. I don't agree with that.
If we start winning, it will very, very quickly become the United way.
When
Very,
Amorim
very
Yeah.
quickly.
when Amorim
You know
came,
what?
all the questions were to him about: Are you going to keep your 3-4-3? Are you going to use the same tactics you use at Sporting? Everyone was saying, "Oh, is he not? Is he not?" Now he is, and everyone's saying he shouldn't. When Ten Hag came and he started the first 2 games and got obliterated, and he changed, everyone cussed him. Now he's not changing, and everyone's cussing him again. But the
Because
bottom line is, we're just cussing because we're losing. That's
Exactly. You know what?
and we've got nothing better to do than sit here and talk shit because we're getting beat every week. It's as simple as that.
That's it. I can
You know
see
what
with
I
the fan
noticed as
base.
well? You know what I noticed? So, sorry, Brian, just quick.
No, go ahead.
What I noticed as well about tactics and mostly formations, like there's kind of this spectrum when you know football well enough, you know how formations can be important. But when you don't know football at all, you think formations are too important. Like it goes from
Yeah,
one
it's
extreme
true.
to the others.
One
Formations
extreme to the
matter,
other.
of course, but they are important because there are certain settings that make certain identities more easy to get. Let's say, like more defensive football is more suited to certain formation, but that doesn't mean it's got to be that way. So if formations are important, you get to understand that when you focus on tactics and football like well enough. But there are the others, the other extreme, where they
Yeah.
believe the back three and this and that. It's because you don't understand it well enough.
Yeah. Big up, and be honest, is Eric Ten Hag switched from a 4-2-3-1 and was called a coward. Amorim uses 3-4-3, exposes players. Now y'all want 4-2-3-1 to make weak players look good again.
Bro, they could play in a round in a circle as long as
I'm be honest, what do you want to
win,
say?
bro.
Like, what's your thought process on all this? Do you think we're still trying to gas up these players? Do you think like we want this? Like I don't know where you want me to like. What do you want me to say? Like I'm struggling to understand where you like, bro. I don't rate these players. I don't rate half of these players here, and I don't want them to get a second chance. But I also think, brother, we need to all collectively do better. That's it. Simple. Everyone, from the manager to the players, everyone's not good enough.
Because
Big up to one side of the coin, by the way, in the chat, bro.
if we lose our next game, that would be 19 losses in the league. So that would be half of the game of the
we'll
season.
lose
That
that
been
game, though.
losses.
I think we'll lose
Adam,
it.
that's a funny choice of the word "when," bro. I don't know where
Yeah, as well. You're right.
Yeah.
When we lose
I mean-
to Villa, that would be half of the Premier League games have been losses.
How do you really feel like, guys? Yeah. So this is it now. We've lost today. How do you really feel now going to that Tottenham game? Be honest, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not thinking of losing, even though I'm a little bit worried. But I'm thinking just win. Maybe that's me being deluded and not thinking about other things. And you will be naive, and then boom, everything might fall out. Everything might come out on that day. But yeah, Ron, what are you saying?
Do you know what? I had faith up until Spurs scored away at Bodo Glint, and that's when it hit me. As soon as Spurs went 1-0 up away at Bodo Glint, I was convinced somehow that Glint were going to come back in it, and that maybe might give us the edge in the final. As soon as I saw Spurs score 1-0, I said, we're in for it. I said it to Cass, I said it to other people in other chats and that. I'm worried, and everyone's saying, oh, it's only Spurs, but who are, like, if it's just... but at the same time, I'm not worried because do we belong in the Champions League? No. Do we deserve to be in the Champions League? No. If we lose and have no European football, we have one game a week to maybe give Amorim some sort of time to implement whatever it is that he's trying to implement with better players. So I don't think this final, which obviously sounds crazy is not the be all and end all. If we win, cool. If we don't, cool, because the win is not going to mask what I've seen over this last year. I'm not going to make it acceptable, but the loss also gives us a chance to next season only have one game a week, which we've not had for a while. So I don't know, but in my heart and in my gut, I don't think we win on Wednesday. I don't see a world where we win unless we stink it out and go penalties and somehow win on penalties and make amends for the Villarreal thing. But I don't know. I don't see how we win personally.
Yeah, I think we lose. And you know what? If you are the team that lets Spurs win a cup, yo, that's banter, man.
Blow it up, man.
Yeah, you can't be the team to allow Spurs to win a trophy. That's the one thing they are known for, not winning.
We make the one team become not the bottle jobs. Yeah, that's long.
That's worse than Arsenal in Baku, man.
Saeed, man, I feel for you if that happens, bro. You do this full time. I would just disappear, man. Like,
I'm out here, gang.
You know, I'm gone like that, vanishing. Batman, boom, gone. You won't see
You
me.
know what? We may think it's only Spurs, but they're also thinking it's only United.
That's why I said when we're saying it's only Spurs, who are we? That's my point. Who are we?
About Spurs, yeah. Again, they've beaten us 3 times this season, but I keep saying this on every stream. Madison ain't playing. Kulu ain't playing.
Yeah.
Ain't playing.
They still have a better midfield than us.
Hold on. Pepe Mete Saw, whatever his name is, he got injured today as well. I don't know how serious it is, but it's like, surely, man. They got their 3 best players are out. Like,
the only thing that saves us from, because me, I've not wanted to play Spurs in this final. I think they'll beat us. I think the only thing that saves us is if the football gods just don't like Tottenham.
Yeah, but
that's it. That's it.
That's superstition. The only thing we have left.
That's the only thing.
You gotta remember though as well, Brian. Tottenham are gonna have that mental block as well.
That's what I'm saying.
In so long, it's like they're not gonna. I don't see them playing at the levels that they played previously when we played them. I just don't see it. It's a final. Like one thing we have on our side is that we've proven even in our shit periods we can get up for them. Those one big moments. You know what I'm saying? Those finals. So.
Yeah, but the reason why
on our side,
then we probably will play Hojlund, so that means Ange can play no centre half.
Again, we have Onana in goal. Who
I was about to say.
By the way, today, man, look at him today.
You know what? I've never praised Maguire in my life and not immediately regretted it. So I expect some own goal or some madness from Maguire.
I guarantee you, Garnacho's gonna get the chance in that final, and he's gonna miss.
Garnacho is going to score an offside goal, and he's going to go pose.
Nah, man, we're winning this, man. We're winning this.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Last chat.
It might be the kebab. I don't know. I don't think it is.
VRA says, bro, we got a top 8 team on paper. Don't let this gaffer play.
Put the gun down, bro.
It's top 8.
Put the gun down. The empty thing, put the gun down. We are not top 8 team, bro. Like, stop, man. Like, we're criticizing the manager here on the panel, guys. I don't understand what you guys want from us. But
nobody here has any confidence. I like Amorim. I don't have any confidence we win on Wednesday.
I don't.
We even top 8 teams in money.
And one of the main reasons is because he is yet to out-tactic a manager.
Yeah. Apart from maybe... Yeah, even the Pep win as well, man. It was last minute in it, like one little ball over Martinez.
That was when City were rock bottom.
You said maybe the Liverpool game. I think he did pretty well against.
To be fair, yeah.
Did well.
Yeah,
I think maybe the game at Emirates FA Cup. That's about it.
But we didn't.
When we knocked out Arsenal.
It's long. I can't lie.
The thing is, United do well in finals where we've accepted that we're the underdog. The problem is with Spurs that these players will go in there thinking that they're not the underdogs. Yeah. They need to play a certain way, and that will play into their hands more than ours. Because
I don't like.
Touching back on what Shell said, we play well in finals and stuff, but that's when we had good threat on the transition. When we beat City, we played on a counter attack. I don't think we can play that way against Spurs because we're going to go there supposedly thinking we're the favourites.
Yeah, I don't like this underdog mentality.
I don't know. I think Tottenham are going to think they're better than us, if I'm being honest. I think they're going to approach the game like they're better than us because they've beat us 3 times already this season. Also.
Yeah, but so did City. I don't know. I don't think that matters because it's a cup final. It's like a derby. Form goes out the window.
It's going to come down to mentality, bro. It's going to come down to the players that want it more. Like that's this final is not about quality like that because both teams have injuries. Both managers have been abysmal this season. So it's going to come down to just who's your star man. Does he turn up that day? Does Ahmad do something? Does Bruno do something?
Casemiro.
Casemiro, does he score a header? Like, it's gonna come down to. It's just gonna come down to that. It's not gonna come down to this fantastic tactics because you can put a train through this guy's tactics, and Amorim's tactics have not been that fantastic throughout the season anyway, too.
You need to come with a good plan, but finals are the only ones that you don't care about the performance. Get it over the line.
Yeah.
Penalties, man.
Just
I see it's going to penalties.
I can't be watching penalties, man. Can't be watching penalties. I get nervous, man. You have Onana as well. And you know what? Like, it's very much like Amorim to take out the penalty takers, as like to do subs and take them out before.
Why can't we sub him out? Why can't we sub out Onana? I don't understand why. Like, it's not a mad thing to sub out your. I've seen it, bro.
You can do
that, but I don't think he's got the balls to do it. If I'm being honest with you,
he doesn't sub Erasmus.
Yeah,
he's lucky to get to penalties anyway, man.
We leave it on there, bro. Leave it on there.
If we go through the first 30 minutes without conceding, then if we concede first,
but we normally do though. We don't really concede early goals. We normally
Spurs. They come out like a train, though. That's the difference. They come out fast.
We start games as warm up. Like, we don't start playing until 20th minute, and then we got good 10 minutes, and then that's it.
They're going to come out very fast against us. They're going to press us very high.
I think if they score first, though, I don't think we come back.
Right.
We need to score first, and we need to score like good, even 2 goals ahead. I'm not confident with Onana.
If they score first, it's game over.
I'm more afraid of being 2-0 up than 1-0 up. I won't lie to you, because if we are 2-0 up and they score 1, panic, we lose that game.
Yeah. And you know who will start doing his usual stuff.
Oh, bro, if Bruno starts launching grenades, bro, I'm switching it off, man.
Oh, man.
Should we say a collective prayer?
Yeah, inshallah, let's go.
Oh, bro, I'm there, bro.
Saeed, I hope we didn't depress you this stream, bro.
No, I'm good. I'm good. We're gonna
you guys as well. Like, it's only 20:09 where I'm at, so it's cool.
Yeah, 2:21. Mate, on paper we are a top 8 team. The manager is the reason why we aren't. Don't let this gaffer lower your standards. Yeah, I hit standards, but not top 8 though, bro. I can't lie to you.
We don't even have a striker. We barely have a goalkeeper.
Yeah. We spent 72 million on that guy.
Like, oh man, it's bad.
But listen, people, we're gonna wrap it up here. Big up to everyone. Guys, can we just get the likes up, man? I know you lot I'm not even checking the likes here, but please, just hit the like button, people. It don't cost you a penny, man. You know what I mean? It just helps the channel, wherever, and grow. You know what I mean? So please hit the like button, people, man. Ron, pleasure as always, bro.
Thank you, my bro. Thanks for having me on. Thanks, boys, again. Hopefully the next time we speak it's a more positive one. I keep saying this every week, but hopefully the next one's a more positive one. And yeah, man, just follow everyone on their channels and that, and just keep supporting, man.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you. Off the shells. Big up to you as always, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, smash the like button, guys. You know what I'm saying? Saeed's been in London. He's been doing the mad thing today. He came back for you guys and put a stream on late night. So make sure you smash the like. Shout out Adam. Shout out Elite Pundit. Shout out Ron. And yeah, man, you know where to get at me. Matchday shows.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to you, my friend, as well. Brian, as always, man.
Yeah, Saeed, anytime, man. Just follow me on Twitter, really. United content is not foremost on my mind right now, if I'm honest. I spend my time doing other stuff. But yeah, I hope we win. That's Manchester United fans. Whatever God you guys pray to, we're going to need it on Wednesday. So please.
Let's go.
Yeah, big up, man. Big up to you, Adam, as always, man.
It's a pleasure as always, my bro. Thank you for having me on, and big up everyone. Ron, Shells, Elite, Brian. We've been beefing all day long, man.
I've been watching you, man. I'm not involved for once. It's nice.
On the group chat as well. Like, I was like, bro, I spent more time with Brian than with my thesis today, man. What's going on?
No, it's fine. You know, it's normal to go back and forth with stuff like that.
Big up, man. Yeah, it's all good spirits, man.
Thank you very much, bro.
But yeah, man, we're going to redirect to FamZone TV. Make sure you check them out over there. I'll see you tomorrow for the Crystal Palace game. Hopefully, Man City lose. And then it might cheer us up for 24 hours, innit? Just to see Man City lose, man. Until then, I'll see you on Sunday for the MUFC Unfiltered podcast. We're out. Peace.
Love, bro.